Hello and welcome to First and 40, the most informative 40 minutes of football news out there. I'm Liamith.
And I'm Mehul. Thank you guys for joining in for this episode, and we hope you guys have a great day.
So, yeah, go
all
ahead.
right, let me talk. You can't talk, Liam. A lot of blowouts this week. I think that's probably the major thing. A lot of things in the NFL world that we didn't really expect to happen, especially with a couple of games this week. Which one do you want to jump into first?
Let's go to Bengals and Ravens, because that was a really big upset that we did not see coming. I mean, we all thought that it was going to be a close game, but we did not expect Jamar Chase to go off as he did. And CJ, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but the tight end, also 2 touchdowns, 3 receptions.
CJ Uzama.
But yeah, I mean, great performance from the Bengals. Really, they're right now their number 1 seed in the AFC, which is no one. I don't think anyone
we saw that
expected
Instagram
this.
post.
But dude, you know the NFC has the 6 best records in the league. The NFC is so much more competitive this year. It's crazy.
NFC is always competitive, but AFC has better teams. I think we can all agree.
Yeah, that's true. But this year, it's like the tide is starting to turn a little bit. But yeah, I mean, Jamar Chase, 8 receptions for 201 yards, an average of 25
Only 8
yards.
receptions? That's insane. That is absolutely insane.
25 yards every single time, or on average, that he had the ball, and only 1 touchdown. I mean, just an insane performance for him. I don't know if you saw the stat, but for the first 6 weeks, the players that have had as many yards as him, no one has had as many yards in his first 6 weeks as a rookie as he had. And Anquan Bolden and Odell Beckham Jr. both had, right below him, they were at 600 and 500, and they both won Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Jamar Chase is well above that, almost 100 yards. So the Offensive Rookie of the Year feels like that's going to be going to Jamar Chase as of right now. He's making a very strong contender for it, but we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, definitely a favorite. Definitely the favorite so far. Not a favorite, the favorite. But I don't think anybody really expected the Bengals. I mean, I think there are definitely people that the Bengals will win, but not win in the fashion that they did by completely blowing out the Ravens. Completely, I don't know, just Lamar Jackson did not have a really good day. A lot of really weird passes that he threw, especially the deep ball. It just wasn't there for him today. I saw a video of him, this guy flaming Lamar Jackson for being it was a sarcastic video of him being a good passer and just throwing a bunch of incompletions deep. But their running backs combined for 29 yards. It was just overall a bad day offensively and defensively for Baltimore.
Yeah, and I think we got to give some props to that Bengals defense, because if you look at the Baltimore Ravens' previous scores, let's look, 34 in their last game against the Chargers. The week before that, 31, 23, 19 against the Lions. All right, but 36. I mean, they've been consistently putting up these numbers that are just simply you wouldn't expect them to have such a big deficit drop in terms of their offense, and how they were unable to produce as many points as they probably hoped to.
Yeah, I think 3 of their defensive linemen recorded 7 QB pressures on Sunday each. 7 QB pressures each, which is insane. For I think the 3 players, I don't remember Trey Hendrickson, and 2 other people. That's the only name I remember. But yeah, they're just getting to Lamar Jackson the entire day and just keeping him uncomfortable in the pocket. And yeah, I think that's pretty much the key to winning games: getting to the quarterback and getting points. It's the main thing in the end. So Bengals did a great job of it today, or not today, yesterday, but this week.
I mean, just absolutely complete obliteration by the Bengals. Props to them. I see them going into the. I think we said the Colts were a dark horse. Their record, I mean, they're still a good team, but their record isn't showing that. So right now, I think the Bengals could make a strong run for it.
Colts are definitely better than what their records show.
Yeah, they've just been getting very, very unlucky in these close games. Yeah, do you want to go? Speaking of quarterbacks and winning games, the Chiefs certainly didn't do that on Sunday.
I don't
Patrick
think anybody
Mahomes.
expected what happened.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, remember when we were talking about Chiefs a few weeks ago?
But yeah, we called it out. I think we were
Um,
talking about them
not
like
not really.
we
I
were
didn't think
just
it.
like,
I didn't expect it to happen this dramatically. The Chiefs have
I
fallen
get what
off
you mean.
so bad, and I don't know. At first, I'm like, it's just the defense, and now even the offense just ran out of its magic.
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
a great way to put it.
I think our main concern previously was only with their defense, because the reason that they were winning games in the first place, out of the three games that they did win, it was simply just because it was pretty much all high scoring games. If we look and see, I mean, besides the Washington game, like they put up 42 points opposed to the Eagles 30 points. We talked about that. And they also won against, or sorry, they won against the Browns 33-29. So like, this just been a history of them just putting up more points, and they were unable to do that on Sunday, which really costed them the game essentially. So
Yeah, even I'm pretty sure he got injured for a little bit.
who? Patrick
Um,
Mahomes.
and even when he was in the game, yeah, Mahomes got injured for a little bit. But yeah, what I'm just
Chad
looking right
Henne.
now, they're averaging 3 point. Say that again.
I was about to say. I mean, his backup didn't do all that bad. No,
I wasn't watching
I'm
backup,
I'm
but
looking at the
they're
stats. He's saying 11 for 16, 82 yards. It's not that bad.
that's pretty good. I mean,
Better than Patrick
but whatever.
Mahomes. Anyways,
Can't
continue
really.
what you're saying.
I don't know. This team just looks all out of sorts, and especially relying on that offense so much. Especially this entire year, they've been relying on that offense, and now that once they don't have an offense, they get completely blown out. So yeah, I think this it's going to be a rough year for the Chiefs if they don't find anything to turn this around. And it's not looking a good future for them in general, to be honest, because Patrick Mahomes, as I think we talked about this a few weeks ago, his cap hit's going to start taking into effect with like 30, $40 million a year. That's almost 1/5 of the entire cap space taken up by one person.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's not going to get any better for the Chiefs in the long term. So I don't know. It's looking a lot similar, not similar, but it's really similar to how we thought of the Seahawks in the early 2010s. Then after they won their first Super Bowl and they're going to their second, and everybody's like, "Oh, Seahawks are going to be a dynasty," and then just like that, they fell apart. So I mean, not really fell apart, just couldn't
weren't
really seem to get past the second round of
yeah
the playoffs. But
weren't as up to par as they used to be.
yeah, I think the best case scenario for the Chiefs right now is a wild card spot. The way that they're playing right now, they somehow sneak into the wild card spot. I think that's the best case scenario for this team.
Yeah, I mean, even Tyreek Hill, I don't know who it was, but someone in our fantasy group chat was complaining a lot about this guy not going off, and it was kind of concerning because, I mean, none of these players did a significant amount of damage in their offense. Like, it's not something you would typically see from this Chiefs offense, and it's kind of appalling to see how, like as you said previously, how quickly and how dramatically a team can fall off. Um, and yeah, I mean, but let's talk about the Titans here. Like, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I think the
No,
reason that they lost to the Jets is
forgot that they were playing a team.
probably probably because of Julio and AJ being out, but still, I mean, they beat the Bills, they beat the Chiefs. I feel like they sincerely, like, after that one loss to the Jets, they realized, all right, we need to like stop playing around, and they're proving themselves. I mean, AJ Brown went off, 8 receptions, 133 yards, 16.6 yards per catch, and one touchdown. Julio Jones, 2 receptions, 38 yards, 19 yards on average. So, and yeah, I mean, just great performance from the Titans. Their
I'm going to be
defense.
honest. I was wrong about this team.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I was wrong about this team. I genuinely thought the Titans would not be good at all. I mean, I thought they would be pretty average, but I thought the Colts were the favorite in that division. But I don't know. There's still a long way to go, but I think the Titans are obviously looking like the favorite right now. But considering how their defense completely fell apart, not fell
But
apart, they tore down their defense pretty much this offseason. And I don't know. I thought they definitely proved me wrong, especially about how they're playing on both sides of the ball, especially this week. And even though Julio is not really having much of an impact, that offense is looking fantastic with that Tannehill, Derrick Henry, and AJ Brown trio.
yeah, and I mean, everyone thought Julio was gonna have a much larger impact than he did, but I think the fact that he probably just drew away the attention from AJ Brown, allowing him to get open. And I don't know if this is right. I could be completely wrong on this take, but
I don't know. I
I mean that's what I'm seeing. I mean, because I don't think AJ
think, in
Brown
other
did this good.
words, Julio was washed.
You know, hurts me to say, but it's probably true. I mean, it is true, but yeah. Great performance by the Titans. Not so much by the Chiefs. Which game do you want to move on to next?
Yep. Let's do. Not many other good ones to pick from. Let's do. Let's do Falcons Dolphins.
Hmm. This is gonna be a while. Okay, first off, do you want to start?
Um, I mean, Falcons won.
I can see that.
Outfits did insane. I mean, not really happy how we finished out the game, but I
Alright,
mean, a win is a win. So those are my main thoughts. You can
dude.
add on to that, but
My thoughts are our defense, our linebacker spot especially proved some real depth with Foye Oluokun and Deion Jones being all over the ball. Foye Oluokun with his pick. I mean, seriously, that wasn't
Deion Jones especially.
like,
Deion Jones had himself a
dude,
game.
he had
Holy.
45 points in fantasy.
I know what he got about
45.
fantasy, but
But
you
like,
can't really.
yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
many people nobody people
But
have like
okay,
IDT and fantasy. But
okay.
how many tackles did he have? Search up how many
He had
tackles he
like,
had.
hold
I know
on.
he had like at least 15.
He
At
had
least 15
he had
tackles.
11 he had 11 tackles, 11 solo tackles, 4
Okay,
assists
my
and
bad.
1 sack. And then Foye had 8 tackles, 5 assists and 1 interception and 0 sacks. So I mean, this was
I
just
mean,
an absolute like
that's
great
fantastic.
performance from this linebacker position. And I think one of the parts where we really struggled is I don't know what like their coverage or whatever defense that they're running, but whoever was covering their tight ends did an awful bad job. I mean, Fabian Moreau did a
I think it
decent
was.
job, but I think it was in the fourth quarter he got injured, and then Mike Gesicki or
Yeah,
one of
that's what I
their
was gonna
tight
say.
ends caught a touchdown because of it. I mean, Fabian Moreau, he made so many good plays. He made like 2 or 3 really good deflections on the ball and covered him much better than I thought he would personally.
Yeah,
And
I think towards the end, our entire secondary just like died or something.
no, you're right.
I think that's what happened.
Because I
One of
think
us
because
died.
it's AJ Terrell
So
got out and Eric Harris also was out with a shoulder injury, and then
yeah,
so did Fabian Moreau. So those 3 people were a key part of our defense, and Eric Harris was 3rd in tackles on our team. So I mean that definitely made an impact. And AJ Terrell is out with a head injury. I don't know if it's concussion or not, but that's from what I know. And Tua, our defense just made him look good. I don't think he's a great quarterback. I think everyone thinks this guy's a bust at this point. This worst throw ever was his decision making in the second half, which costed his team 3 points or maybe even a touchdown, where he threw it to Mike Gesicki. Did not see our second year, I think, Jalen Hawkins over the top, and Jalen Hawkins was able to pick it off, and we were able to secure 3 points because of our kicker. And then there was the other one where Tua like fell forward and threw it straight to our linebacker. Like that was, I don't know what was up with that, but
yeah.
he just tried
I
to
don't know what that was.
create something out of nothing, and it costed him. So yeah,
And it was off the interception too. So I
yeah,
mean, they had a chance to take advantage of a turnover, but
they
obviously
didn't.
not. So.
One key thing before we move away from this game is Mr. Kyle Pitts is probably the savior of the Atlanta Falcons team, especially for the fact that he's a rookie and he's performing this well. Man.
I
I
mean, yeah,
can't
what,
wait.
163 yards,
7 receptions.
8 catches,
It's
8, 7,
insane,
same
bro.
thing.
That's insane for a rookie tight end.
Yeah,
Everyone was saying this guy was a
and what,
bust. It was that like that made no sense to call him a
after
bust.
like what, 3 weeks?
Yeah, that was like that made no sense to me. Like if you're especially at the tight end position, we've seen that these college tight ends, especially these rookie tight ends, it takes a longer time for them to progress, and especially for 6 weeks in, that's a really good job by Kyle Pitts
I think it
adjusting to
has
this
nothing to do with
offense.
progression.
What
It
do you
has
think it
nothing to
has
do
to
with
do?
progression. It's just, I think they're actually throwing him the ball now. I think before,
He's just getting
Arthur
used to the
Smith was trying
offense.
to, not even like that. It's just Arthur Smith is trying to get to the run game, trying to establish the run
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
literally have zero running backs. And I'm like,
But
you got to play with you got to work with what you have. And when you have a quarterback like Matt Ryan and two elite receivers, three elite receivers if you count Russell Gage, and Cordell Patterson too, is even though he's not really a complete running back, he's pretty versatile pass catcher too. So
yeah,
when you have some weapons like that, you can't
but
really depend on the run. So you gotta
But
you
no,
gotta pass
listen,
the ball.
listen, listen. I think because if you looked at our like split between the run and the pass, it was one of the lowest percentages in the NFL in terms of pass. Like we always pass the ball. So I think he was trying to create that
That was last
diversity,
year, yeah.
and and I think because in this game our run game didn't really do anything if we're being honest here. Like it had what 72 yards total rushing, and in
Yeah,
the
Mike
previous
Davis had
games
like 10 yards.
yeah, he had 10 yards for 4 carries. So I think the thing is he realized that when it's not working, we need to switch away from it. And it's perfect because I think in the first game, or I don't know which game it was, but it was one of the earlier games, he kept going to the run and that costed us the game because he didn't realize that if it's not
Yeah,
working, it's not
it
just
was
going to
the Eagles
magically
one
work again. Yeah, exactly. And then
because
because of that,
the run was working fantastically at the beginning of the
exactly.
Eagles
So
game,
he thought
and then he
it
just
could
kept
come
going
back.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then essentially that's what costed us. But I think that's a good thing that Arthur
yep.
Smith, and also one more thing, his clock management was that made me so happy to see because I knew for a fact Dan Quinn would have said, "All right, let's score the touchdown." Same thing which happened with Todd Gurley. It would have costed us the game because I have no faith in our defense, especially the way that our secondary was
That
playing.
wasn't
No, no,
that wasn't
no.
really
Like
Dan Quinn's fault.
okay, but like, you get what I mean. Like these situations, Arthur Smith said it in an interview. That's why I'm bringing it up. He says the reason that some of these teams lose games is in situations like these. They're mismanaged and then they lose the game. So I'm saying, although it's like not a spectacular job, it's still a really good job of him controlling the time on the clock and using it to his advantage.
Yeah, I think that's how the Lions game was supposed to end. How this Dolphins game ended today.
Yeah, and a lot of other games
That's
last
how the
year.
Lions game should have ended. I mean, I'm not
Keyword
complaining. We got Kyle
should
Pitts in
have.
the end, so.
Yeah, but
But yeah,
no, I
I
think this
mean, if
Falcons
you think
team.
about it,
Go ahead. Sorry.
no. I was gonna get off topic, but you can go ahead.
I was just gonna say something about the Falcons. I think, unbiasedly, there's a very good chance that they can win 4 out of their next 5 games, and that's coming from
Yeah,
we're Falcons fans, but like realistically, that could easily happen. I mean, next week they're playing the Panthers, who lost to the Giants, like by 22 plus
Panthers
points.
lost 3 straight. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, four. Yeah, 4 straight. I think. Is it? Yeah,
Four
four
straight.
straight.
Jeez.
They lost to the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Vikings, and the Giants. But they put up a good fight in every game except the Giants one. But they also didn't have CMC, so I think that might be a good thing. Actually, that's a bad thing for us because we don't know how to protect the pass game. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, and then they're playing who they're playing. They're playing the Saints. It's an iffy game. The Cowboys. That's the L. Patriots and then Jaguars. I think. Yeah. So I don't know. I see a lot of potential in this team if they can finally like close out games because they had a 13-point lead and it came to 2 points in a matter of 10 minutes. Like that's stupid. That shouldn't be happening. And yeah, just a lot of potential. Just need to be executed on this Falcons team.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just seen it too many times, and you can almost smell it coming when after all these times you've watched Falcons games, and when you see in like the fourth quarter when Dolphins start building up a drive, and then you're like, one of my friends texted me, um,
Anish.
what was it? Nah, it was someone else. You don't know him, but uh, what did he say? He's like, "Oh, Dolphins are gonna score here. We're gonna go three and out, and then Dolphins are gonna score another
That was
touchdown."
me.
That's exactly what happened. No, it wasn't.
I swear that was me. I said
It
the
wasn't you.
Dolphins are
I know
gonna
that for a
score a
fact.
touchdown and then
It
they went three
wasn't
and
in your
out.
group chat.
Oh, I said something along those lines. Except the Falcons lost in the scenario.
Okay, you might have said it, but whatever. But yeah, and it's exactly what happens. That's generally what happens in these types of games. The like both sides of the ball just stop. The defense
Oh,
starts letting up huge
here.
chunk
This is
plays.
this is what
The
I said.
offense just starts getting too conservative.
I said watch the Dolphins score a TD and then we go three and out and they win. This is what's happening. It didn't happen. It was
I
close
don't
to
think I was
happening.
looking at my phone because I was too mad at how they were playing it, so I wasn't looking at my phone. But whatever. I think at best, at least these next five games, I think at best we finish 4-1.
And the season,
At worst is obviously 0-5, but 1-4 maybe. But yeah, at best, I don't think we're gonna beat the Cowboys.
that's good.
Patriots, that's an iffy one, but
But
I think all the other three are pretty winnable
see, the
games.
only reason that I have some faith in the Cowboys one is I feel like you remember the Raiders game last year? Was it last year or 2 years ago? It was last year, I think.
It was last year. Yeah, it's my
Everyone thought
birthday.
we were gonna lose. Oh yeah, didn't you go to that game?
No, I didn't go to a game. Nobody went to a game last year, bro.
Oh, the year before
You
that
came to
you
my
went on your
house that day,
birthday.
Lehman.
Did I? No, I didn't.
Yeah, no, I went to the Thanksgiving one, the Falcon. That was like
Yeah,
the day
and the
before my
Saints, right?
birthday. Yeah,
Saints.
Falcons
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Saints. The coup onside kick game.
Oh, and then they lost, right? Because he didn't make it.
Yeah, yeah, because Matt
Man,
Ryan got sacked like 7 times in the game.
tough. But anyways, what were we saying? Shoot.
You said Cowboys. We think you can beat the
Oh yeah,
Cowboys.
because the Raiders game, everyone thought they were gonna win, and after they lost to us, they barely won after that.
I
And
mean, the Raiders weren't good.
but they were also like always 7-1 and then go 0-8.
I
That's
mean, yeah,
happened
that's
for
true.
like 3 years. So I don't know, man.
That's true.
Raiders can't finish the second half of a season. We can't finish the second half of a game. Two second halves. Anyways, we should probably move on to a
Whatever.
different game.
How much time do we have?
We are at 23. We literally half of it left.
All right, so let's do like 5 more minutes of this, and then we can go to next week.
Oh yeah. Um, let's go to. Dude, I don't know what to go to. Should we go to Giants Panthers? Or you
I
want
didn't
to
even.
Colts?
This week was so boring.
Yeah, I didn't watch half the
This week was the most
games.
boring week ever.
Um,
Literally half the games are so useless.
we covered all the like interesting games.
I mean, the let's do Lions, Rams, Lions.
All right.
I mean, I was watching that first quarter. Lions,
Holy, Matthew
were
Stafford went off.
not even that. Lions were playing like they have nothing to lose. They scored a touchdown on the opening drive. And then
Oh
they
yeah,
did an
dude.
onside kick, got the
This
ball back.
dude, this
They got a
Lions
field. No, they did a
team.
fake on the same drive. They did a fake punt.
Oh, I remember
They
that.
got
I
a field
remember
goal.
that. I remember that.
The
I saw
next
a
drive, they
meme
did
about it.
another fake punt.
And then they did an onside kick or something, right? And they recovered it.
Yeah, I said that,
You
but
did. Oh, my fault.
if you were listening,
Sorry,
I
bro.
was saying I already said that.
Dude, this Lions
Whatever.
team is so. Oh, dude, I feel bad for the Lions. They should not be 0-7. They're probably better than the Falcons.
Yeah.
They are better than the Falcons. Dude,
I mean, we can wait and see. We'll play them in like
we do.
10 weeks. Yeah, not 10 weeks, but like 8 weeks we play them.
Interesting. So they lost to the 49ers by 8 points. They lost to the Packers by 18. Okay. They lost to the Ravens by 2. Then
That was the Tucker 67-yarder.
that's so stupid. And then they lost to the Bears by 10. I don't know how that happened. Then they lost to the Vikings by
That was just
2.
a fluke.
That was the other one, right?
That was the game-winning field goal. That was
Oh
another
my
game-winning field goal. Yeah.
And then they lost to the Bengals by 23, and then they lost to the Rams by 9. Like, this is a decent team.
Yeah, they should have at least like 2 or 3 wins.
At least. They're playing the Eagles. We'll see.
I mean,
We'll see that game.
I think they could win next week.
They could
think
win
they could
next
win.
week. They could also beat the Steelers. That's a very possible scenario.
I mean, I want to see how the Steelers play next week.
Well,
The
Steelers
Steelers-
is what's the Steelers record?
I feel like they're very iffy to me. I mean, I don't know.
Steelers had a bye this week.
They're obviously not going to make the playoffs. I think that's pretty. Yeah, they had a bye this week. I think. I'm not sure.
They're 3
I
and
don't
3.
know. Did we talk about the Rams? I lost in my fantasy in another fantasy league because of Cooper Cup. I lost by 0.5 points because Cooper Cup and what's his name?
Robert Woods.
DeAndre Swift. I had Robert Woods. I had Robert Swift. He
Oh.
decided to get only like 15 points. Cooper Cup got 37. DeAndre Swift got 28, and then I lost by 0.5 points. Even though I had
Did you
Jamar
have
Chase,
Cooper
AJ
Kupp?
Brown. No, the other guy had Cooper Cup.
Oh, crap. That's tough.
And then I lost. I only lost because the Cardinals benched Kyler Murray in the fourth quarter, so he didn't get any points in the fourth quarter.
They
They
benched
benched him because
Kyler
like they were
Murray?
up by 20 points because they were up by like 20 points.
Why does he not like passing? Huh?
They were
Last
up by
week or
20
this
points
week?
against the Texans.
No.
This week,
There was no other quarterback. Or is this stat not okay?
Colt McCoy.
He was rushing.
Bro, what are you talking about?
Dude, I swear, it just only shows for passing. It only shows Kyler Murray stats. Maybe they didn't. Maybe he didn't pass at all.
No, he was handing off the ball. He was just running the ball.
Oh,
He was
okay,
just
that
running the
makes
ball.
sense.
Yeah, he was just there. He didn't do
He
anything.
was just there.
I
So
know. It was actually pissed me off. And then you know what happened? I had Cardinals defense too. Okay. And on one of the drives, Cardinals got a sack, and then they were up. I was up by 1 point. But no, they had to throw a penalty for taunting, so it got called back. And then the sack went away. So then I
That's
lost.
tough.
Again. I was up for a second, and then it went away.
That is tough.
And then now I'm 3-4 with like the 4 best wide receivers. I have Jamar Chase, AJ Brown, Justin Jefferson, and then one other guy that's really good, but I forgot. All right,
That's tough.
let's move on to next week.
All right. Packers Cardinals. This is going to be Thursday Night Football. Very exciting game. Very hyped to see this play out. To be
No
honest,
Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams has COVID.
what?
Yeah, Devontae Adams has COVID.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Hold on. Why don't I see him on the report?
Just search for Devontae Adams on Google, and I'll say it's COVID.
That's a big changer then. Then I think the Cardinals are going to win now. Yeah,
I
COVID-19
picked
is.
Cardinals, too.
Yeah, Cardinals are going to win. I mean, they literally have like barely anyone else besides that guy. So who they have? Randall Cobb? He hasn't done anything. I put him in for the Bears game because he always goes off. He did nothing. He did absolutely nothing. He got like 2 points. But yeah, okay, so Cardinals.
If you would
win this-
have Randall Cobb on your team.
I do. I have him in like.
No, why did you have Randall Cobb on your
Because he's. Okay, my wide receivers in that league are terrible, but I'm still 4-3, so. It's all good.
All right, whatever. What about Titans Colts?
Um, Titans.
Yeah, I think it'll be close, but yeah, I got Titans too.
The way that they've been playing, there's no way they lose that game. Bengals and Jets. This one is very hard. You know, I think,
That was just hard, bro.
dude.
I just never mind.
Come on, Mayhole. Dude.
It took me a second to realize I was sarcastic.
Yeah, but Bengals win this. They might as well just put up in their backup for this game, like the whole game.
All right,
That would be so.
chill.
Like, that would,
Jets aren't that bad. Jets beat the Titans.
okay, but the Titans also beat. Who they beat? The Chiefs and the Ravens. But that
Chiefs,
was
and the Bills and the Bills.
Bills.
And
They
the
didn't play.
Bills.
Did they play the Ravens?
Not
They
yet.
did.
Not yet.
Really?
They play
I
them later.
swear they did.
Later. Yep. Nope.
No, they don't. They don't play them this season.
They have to.
Am I bugging? That means they already
Oh
played
no,
them.
no, no, they don't. Sorry, no, they don't have to.
Yeah, they. Yeah. I'm
I forgot
confused.
Ravens. I forgot Ravens didn't win the division. I forgot Steelers won the division last year. So
All right. So we got the Titans, Colts. That's lock for the Titans. Bengals, Jets. Bengals lock. Eagles, Lions. Lions. That's close, but Lions.
what'd you say? I wasn't listening.
I'm gonna say Eagles, Lions. Lions win that.
Yeah. Lions easily.
49ers, Bears. 49ers, Bears. Justin Fields.
Niners.
Yeah, that's easy. Jaguars, Seahawks, Seahawks. Panthers, Falcons. This is probably the most important game, but Falcons. Dolphins, Bills, Bills. Steelers, Browns, Browns.
I think
Rams-
this is
Dude,
gonna
this-
this Falcons.
This week is so easy. What the heck? Rams, Texans,
Not really. This
Rams.
is a bunch of
Patriots, Chargers.
Patriots, Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Buccaneers, Saints, Bucks. Cowboys, Vikings, Cowboys. Giants, Chiefs. Yeah.
All right, bro. We can't submit the same picks this week. This won't be fun.
Okay, but like, what is not right? I mean, everything is pretty self-explanatory. You cannot not pick these like teams.
What about Broncos and Washington? What did you say for Broncos and Washington?
Isn't Bridgewater back? He's been back, right?
I have no
Washington.
clue.
Washington wins this. Yeah, Washington wins this.
I don't know. I'm not. I genuinely have no clue. Both these teams are so weird.
Yeah, Washington wins this, bro. Actually, hold on. Bro, why are these teams so confusing? They win against good or bad teams, and then they lose. They win against good teams, but then they
I don't
lose
even know.
against bad
So many people are
teams.
injured. I don't even know who's on the. I don't even know who's on. I don't even know who's on either of those teams.
Do you want to talk about how many injuries have been going on in the NFL?
I mean,
And
it hasn't
there-
been that bad.
There's a reason for this. I mean, I saw earlier this week on NFL Network. I was listening, and one of the persons was saying, I think this has been like speculated for a while now, but they're saying the injury bug going around the NFL right now is because like the teams are practicing their players too hard, and there's not being proper recovery steps and rehabilitation steps, and
I
like,
mean,
what are your thoughts on that?
there haven't been that many injuries. I mean, it's been like crazy amount. I don't really.
I think
see how
last
there's
year
injuries,
was
though.
also,
Like, what do you
like-
mean?
I think
Yeah, last year was
last year
pretty-
was also pretty
a
bad.
lot of like star players getting season-ending injuries, but like I don't know. What do you mean by? Give me some names for lots of players that are injured.
Hold on.
Half the names you're going to give me are running backs, and I can go on. I can talk about why.
Notable
you
injuries.
already heard this from me before.
Notable injuries. Okay, we're gonna
Half of
say
them are going to be running backs.
safety. Jaquiski Tart ruled down fourth quarter.
Who is this guy?
He's a safety.
Who is this guy?
Okay, running back Miles Sanders. Receiver JJ.
Miles Sanders is not injured.
Yeah, he is. No, in week 7 he was ruled
No.
out. He was ruled out after
He
shuffling.
played.
Dude, in week 7. He got injured in week
Oh,
7.
in game. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay,
These are in
okay,
game.
okay, okay.
Josh Jacobs. Okay, listen. Oh wait, this guy just got ejected for punching this dude. Never mind. Um, Cornerback Robert
Yeah, see, I
Rochelle.
don't know what injury bug you're looking at. Dude, who are these guys?
No, bruh. Tight end Jonnu Smith, Devin McCourty, Shaq Mason,
Okay,
Zach
who
Wilson.
who is Shaq Mason? Okay,
Shaq
Zach
Mason is
Wilson.
an
Okay,
offensive lineman
okay,
for the Patriots. Okay.
okay. I've
Jerome
heard of him. I've
Baker,
actually heard of him.
Jason McCourty, McCourty. I'm saying that right. AJ Terrell, Eric Harris.
Didn't you say both?
What? Yeah, I said
No, I
Jason
thought you
and
said both McCourties.
I did.
Oh, what the? That's pretty funny.
What? That's not funny. That's just coincidental. Josh Miller, the guard. C.J. Henderson is cornerback. See, there's
But
like
C.J. Anderson's injured.
he got injured.
But didn't he get traded to the Patriots or the Panthers?
Panthers cornerback C.J. Henderson shoulder exited early against the Giants. Guard Josh Miller ankle
Right.
was also out. See, but like that's a decent amount, you know. That's a decent amount.
I mean, I think I'd say that's pretty normal for any
Okay.
week of NFL.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go off, and then this is all of the injuries in the league right now. I'm just gonna tell you the notable names, and then tell me there's not an injury bug. Okay,
Please
Kyler
enlighten me.
Kyler Murray, Isaiah Simmons,
No,
J.J. Watt, DeAndre Hopkins.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah,
Where did you get
dude,
the
finger.
first name you said doesn't even count?
Yeah, it does. He's questionable.
A
He's a
lingering
finger.
issue does not count as an injury. If you don't miss a game, it's not an injury. It's not worthy. It's not notable enough to be an injury.
Okay,
No,
but
I'm serious. If you don't miss the
Okay.
game, it's not notable enough to be an injury. If
okay,
you can
but
through a
but
full
that's
game,
different.
pretty
That's
much
Mayo.
destroy the
That's
entire team. Not an
Mayo.
injury.
Mayo, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying the amount of injuries per game that you're getting out. I'm saying the amount of injuries in total. Like, just the risk of getting an injury is just increased so much. Okay, just wait. Just hear me out. Kyler Murray, Isaiah Simmons, J.J. Watt, DeAndre Hopkins, Eric Harris, A.J. Terrell, Dante Fowler Jr., Isaiah Oliver, Sammy Watkins, Latavius Murray, J.K. Dobbins, Marcus Peters. We already know that. Okay. Knox, the Knox dude, the tight end.
Okay.
C.J. Henderson, Shaq Thompson, right? Yeah. Christian McCaffrey, we know that. Stephon Gilmore. Like there's just so many. Akeem Hicks, Jimmy Graham, David Montgomery.
I'd say this is normal.
Okay, but like,
Even though it's pretty
But-
sad that some people are getting injured, but it's nothing new.
yeah, but it's like that. Okay, I'm just giving you like 4 names out of like many. I'm just saying the notable names. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's many injuries.
Okay, but like, I don't know.
There's an M. Thomas who's a wide receiver on the Bengals. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, there's just like there's a huge injury bug. Hold on, I'm gonna do some more research right now.
Bug. Nice. All right, how much time do we have? I'll do how much time.
Like two-ish minutes. We're at 39.
Okay, go on your injury talk for a minute, and we can wrap up.
All right, hold on.
Even though this is the most stupid conversation ever.
It's not stupid. They were talking about this on NFL Network. This is very important.
They make up random stuff to talk about because they have nothing else to talk about. And
That may be
stupid
true.
show.
See, look. Injury bug hits both Chargers and Cowboys on Wednesday, September 15th, 2021. Detroit Lions cornerback Jeff Okuda out for the 2021 NFL season with a ruptured Achilles. Do you know how
Okay.
many injuries did we saw on the Ravens? Do you remember how many injuries we saw on the
Okay.
Ravens?
Yeah, that's one team. Yeah, okay. I agree. Ravens have been hit with an injury bug. That's one team.
Exactly. So listen. So
Exactly
hear me
what?
out.
Exactly what? That's one
Hear
team.
me.
That doesn't prove anything.
Exactly. It's one team. If it wasn't like what's the word? What's the word? If it was like, I can't think. If the injuries were regular, right? If there was a regular amount of injuries for each team, this goes to show that the Ravens are more likely practicing harder at practice, resulting in those injuries.
I'd say it's just unlucky. I mean,
They're just unlucky.
a bunch of injuries happening at the same time. Usually, I mean, injuries are something you can't really control.
Exactly,
I mean,
but like,
there's things you can prevent, but you can't really control when they happen. So it's just luck. That's literally what it comes down to. Injuries are all luck.
yeah, but like by saying don't get me wrong, like I'm not saying that injuries happen based off of how much practice you put in. I'm saying the intensity of the practice. Suppose you sprain your finger, right? And you continue to play with that sprained finger for much longer, you're more likely to do more damage and cause it is like a, missing a couple games. Do you know what I mean?
All right, whatever. I guess.
You're
Let's move on
starting
from
to see
whatever
my
injuries. It's
point.
so boring. Move on.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
boring.
this is a very baseless argument, but it was something to talk about.
All right, you're the one who started it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is true. And then I realized how baseless it was.
Any last minute things you want to add?
Saints and Seahawks are playing right now, 10-10, 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Pretty sure it's
Saints,
tied at 10.
yeah,
Yeah.
second and 16 at Seahawks 35. Seahawks are gonna win this game, and then the Falcons are gonna be second in the division because we're ripping the Atlanta Falcons merch because they're
I
gonna
don't really care about that so much.
they're gonna win the Super Bowl this year. Yeah. All right. Well, that's
All
all
right,
it
bro.
from me. Mayho, any final thoughts?
How about the Braves going to the World Series? How about that? No, it's not football. That's big. I know you don't
Yeah.
watch baseball.
I watched the game actually. Part of it.
After watching the Braves this whole year, I did not expect it to happen. Braves
Weren't
were like
they?
the most mediocre team
Weren't they like?
like I've ever seen until
They were
they were
51
they
and
were stuck.
55.
Braves weren't over 500 until
I know.
August. They
I know.
didn't get over
I saw
500
that.
until August. That's crazy.
They were
They
51 and
I don't know.
55, right? In July, at the end of July or something, and then they
52, 55
yeah,
in August 2nd, and then from there they would just like went on a crazy tear.
that's
And
insane.
I didn't think they'd get past. I think best case scenario before when the playoffs started, I thought best case scenario they beat the Brewers in the first round, but I did not think they'd beat the Dodgers. Like Dodgers are like the super team of super teams, and
Dude, that was really
honestly, I don't care what happens in this World Series. I'm pretty happy on how this team has played so far this entire year. So no matter what happens, I think this is definitely a successful year.
I think the thing that made a lot of people a little bit scared is the fact that the Braves are up 3-1 against the
shut up.
Dodgers. They're kind of concerned, but they broke the curse, And the Hawks also last year 26-point comeback against the Bucks, right? Or the Sixers, sorry.
Sixers, yeah.
But yeah, the Atlanta curse is starting to be broken. Hawks going
Well, the
to
Falcons can do
the
something.
equivalent of the NFC Championship last year, losing in Game 7 against the Bucks, right? Was it Game 7 or Game 6?
6.
Yeah.
Game 6.
Game 6 against the Bucks, and then the Braves going to the World Series after losing, choking a 3-1 lead last year in the equivalent of the NFC Championship. So yeah.
Yeah, that's all I had.
Well, that's all it from us. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. We're sorry we missed the past 2 weeks, but we're getting back into the rhythm. And yeah, share and spread the podcast with your friends.
Awesome. Hope you guys have a good night.